getting ready to kick this round 2 off. We have 2 very, very high quality cameras here. You'll be pleased to hear we can actually see almost everything.
And we got, so Christian from Top Def Gaming on the left, and then we got Felipe, another Felipe from Space Sheriffs here on the right. So he's even repping the mat too, so he's got a little extra layer there for his team spirit. But then we also got OMG Clay Canadian Clout Fight Night. You know what? You don't even need those if I know what you're talking about, if this is 2 Canadian teams going at it, then trust me, Fight Night 12 is where it's at.
Fight Night where the true prize is Tim Hortons Timbits doesn't get more Canadian.
Yeah.
I think do away with the TCG medals for one thing. Just use all of the money, quote unquote money, to just send thousands of Timbits.
Hey man, we've been waiting for like 6 months. You know how long it took to get that Fight Night X thing? Those guys took up all my time to try to get that one date down.
I'll tell you what.
Ooh.
I'm seeing all of these green decks, and I'm disappointed because I still haven't seen a commemorative photo come down.
Next time.
Yep.
Shaking my head right now.
So, as somebody who plays OG Broly quite often, it's very, very interesting to see that he's just chosen to pitch the field rather than the ISR. That tells me that he's maybe not had the strongest opening hand. I'm not sure how... I'm not going to say wise, because I'm assuming he must know his deck pretty well, but in this matchup, actually maybe he's keeping his life total high so that he can defend against the Unison that's about to come down. Okay, there we go. But he doesn't draw on the Unawakened side, and he wants to be at 4 life as quickly as possible.
Another field. This is what we're talking about, baby. Yeah.
Yeah, King Cold's going to be able to awaken this turn because the OG Broly swung into him.
But again, you've got to remember that the OG Broly player turn 1 has to swing to get the field
Yeah,
right.
of course. It's not to any fault of him. It's just the way that King Cold plays.
We used all the commemorative photo.
Yeah, see?
Oh, tremendous. Tremendous.
I blame you and Pac-Man.
Hey, that match was something special.
It was the sort of thing you want to just commemorate.
Well, yeah, maybe with like a
YouTube short, exactly. That's what we did.
Yeah,
There you go.
YouTube short, exactly.
I like that you turned Fight Night into a best of 1.
Yeah, literally.
No, oh.
I was gonna say it looks like we got 60% of the Timbits here on Christian, and then 40% on Felipe. So I don't know. Maybe people are seeing that Dark Broly. They want to see their baby get resurrected in some form. Which I'm glad. You know what? If this was last year, I'd say to hell with Dark Broly. But I want to see someone try to suffer and play that deck. So,
well, to be fair, in the EU side of the pond, Dalmas has had a really high success rate with in the webcam regionals with Dark Broly. Not so much in the IRL event. He really struggled in the first 2 rounds and then wasn't able to kind of repair his win-loss record. But in the webcam regionals, he's really, really prominent in a lot of our online events. Mm-hmm. Again, something worth remembering is that even when the Broly player awakens and starts swinging into the Unison, the King Cold player can just pitch his field, and I believe that when he pitches the field, he draws a card? Or is that only when it's...
No. He gets 10k. There is a certain field, like a new ruler. That one, he can, when he pitches it, he can draw a card, but he has to discard one as well.
Oh, but it has to be one of his skills, so that wasn't proper. Even then, it's protecting a lot of his board, which is quite helpful. But you can see here the Broly player, I think he's got, all memeing aside, he's got 6 in hand. King Cold player will obviously have a lot more, just given the fact that he draws so much. And you can see the classic Yu-Gi-Oh move here of counting cards in hand before he's even charged.
What? What?
That's insane.
Oh, no.
I guess... I mean, I feel like there has to be some better cards for him to charge here, but this telegraphs to me that he doesn't have a Paragus to sacrifice the 1/4 of in his deck.
Or
in
that
his
he
hand.
or that he does have it and he does not want to get. But what else? Like I don't know.
So he must be in a situation where he feels like he's not getting to awaken anytime soon.
It's this is not the opening hand that you want to see as a Broly player. You want to be on 4 life turn 2, your opponent losing cards very, very rapidly. It's not the best of spots. It's recoverable for sure. I mean, I don't think King Cold's going to be... Yeah, he's swinging into the Unison. I don't think King Cold's going to be hitting him with a triple striker anytime soon. The 3-drop King Cold is good. It applies a little bit more pressure, but again, he's leaving 2 energy open. We can see that he's got Dormants. He has got Homicidal Clones. There's Ribs that he can combo with. He's probably left 2 open, to be honest, for the Wicked Saiyans, which would be quite a powerful play, I believe. Especially given King Cold's on 4 life. And having a 40k dual attack blocker is not to be scoffed at all.
Although, with Wicked Saiyans, King Cold, I believe, can just rest 4 field cards.
This is very true.
I think only 3, right? Because the big one's got barrier.
But even then,
Yeah,
it's got
or
very blue.
3.
Yeah.
If he gets another one down, he can rest 4.
Yeah.
I mean, but again, you know, you can rest Berry Blue. There's lots of things you can do to kind of mitigate the effect of Wicked Saiyans, which would be not the worst thing in the world, but you want that to land. You really want that to land.
Or you could be really cool and throwing that meta cooler field in there, and you know, God.
I love that deck.
Would not
Such a crazy
recommend.
good deck.
Crazy
Oh,
good,
I'm
good.
building it.
I've seen Ollie's proposed build of Metacooler, and it is jank.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
But it's the best kind of jank.
it is amazing, that meta cooler list.
Speaking of cooler 4-drop counterplay coming in there. That'll cost 1, I believe, because he's got
I
field
think
cards.
I think that that
everywhere.
was going to hand.
And it looks like the King Cold player is just trying to get the pressure on. It's a bit tricky for him to commit into playing anything this turn because all of his plays are going to get hit by Charismatic, and obviously Demigra is on the board with 3 markers.
So there's a cells. That's pretty useful, actually.
Mhm.
The something to remember is that being a draw 2 leader, it's not too much of a problem for the Broly leader to feel. You can't really force an awaken against the Broly leader. It's always going to be, ooh, snaps the cooler. That's nice.
Oh, my bad. Okay, I've been called out. I have to credit my source for the deck. It is the man himself coming in the 4th round, Damien. That is where I got the deck from. It is not my original idea.
Damien, I have heard very, very good things about you. I hope that you are delivering later on.
There'll be more good things to come. I've got a special intro planned for him come round 4.
Was that what the bars that you sent me were for?
Bars?
But yeah,
Yeah?
you sent me loads of bars. You sent me loads of bars.
Oh, yeah. I
And then
wrote
you
a
finished
poem
off by
about him,
saying-
actually.
Man's got bars. So there's the awakening from the Broly leader. Draw 2, it's quite nice. You can now swing, draw, and force his opponent to pitch a card in battle area and card from hand. Lots and lots of value here from the Broly swing, which is what he's about to do. There we go. He draws a card, his opponent discards a card, and they both KO a card in the battle area. Being able to pitch them on at restraint and then free play it essentially gets rid of the downside of the Broly leader.
And more of this King Cold bit
Charismatic
coming out.
response is nice. I would imagine here that he's going to. Please tell me there's another charismatic.
Charismatic on charismatic action.
There it is.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Ah!
Doesn't feel the need to leave the cooler open for the rest of the turn because I imagine OG Broly's turn might just be tapping 3 for Dark Broly Unison here.
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense to me.
He could
alternative
use the
plays-
field to play the 6-drop, I believe, is a tap 3.
It is a tap 3, especially now that charismatics come down. The Broly is a free hit. He can then discard 2 from his opponent's hand at random, and he can also get the opportunity to swing into the Unison. He will have to pitch because King Cold's been played, so maybe he won't go into that line. But he can also tap 2 for Rib, Given that he's still got Demiga up, he has access to Dormant and can stall out for an extra turn. 4 life's pretty comfortable as well. He's upticking on the Demiga to keep it a bit more safe, and he's going to swing. I would be shocked if this wasn't a King Cold.
Well, something important to note here is that King Cold Unison is on 3 markers. If he has another copy in hand, it could be a Triple Strike coming in next turn. And if he's swinging to leader, then he has to pitch one every time from the King Cold negate. So I'd imagine he wants to go for that Unison.
He's warped the rib. Trying to mitigate his opponent's hand. This is, again, pretty recoverable. Is that second copy of Charismatic and the Pinnacle of the Clan, which is a very, very strong card.
3-cost dual double, wipe something, ignoring barrier, and a card from hand.
Card.
It is good.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I think we're gonna have to hope that the OG Broly player has a Homicidal Clones or some sort of negate in hand for this Triple Strike Unison coming in.
I think he's got Dormant. He would have held on to it because he knows that this Unison attack's coming through.
Dormant won't stop the initial attack still.
This is true, but he has. If he's upticking, he can't.
He is. Never mind. I was expecting an extra copy of the Unison to come down, slide under.
So having Zamasu out is actually massive because it means that now he no longer has to get rid of battle cards. By consistently targeting the indestructible card, it mitigates that effect from Broly.
That is very true.
That is huge.
Yes, absolutely.
So Felipe here, I believe, has seen how many copies of his cards? He's got 1 copy of the Zamasu, so that's
King Cold. King Cold sees a lot of its deck.
This is true. It just cycles in the early game, doesn't it? You have to kind of weather the storm and then chip away at them.
We haven't seen a Dormant come down from OG Broly.
Well, he did charge Super Combo Paragus. I don't think he has the best of hands here.
Yeah, he's in a rough spot.
He's combat out with the attack. There's the Unison swing.
And there's Ray with the 14 months. Thank you so much, man.
Ray. Oh, Ray's here. The party can start. That sounded sarcastic. I promise that wasn't sarcastic. Ray, please don't fire me.
Oh, this cell is coming in very nicely to defend off this super comboed Unison swing.
Damn, I didn't realize King Cold was on 3 in hand.
Wait, what? I'm sorry, when did he go down to 3 in hand? I missed this.
Freeze is gone.
My god. He needs to see some field cards to get his hand back.
I mean, he has a new ruler live, so he can pop it to draw a card, which I guess is...
You still have to discard after drawing.
Yeah, but...
It's a cycle, it's not a plus.
Yeah, if it was a plus, that would be nutty. I mean, imagine how good the Metacooler engine in that deck would get if New Ruler was a plus.
That's very true. That's very true.
Yeah, couldn't have that. That would be a little bit too meta.
3 in hand is a bit of a difficult one. Homicidal Clones, fair. Maybe tells you he's got Dormant in hand. Or a Bupo is like got 3 energy open. Is that for a Kabito Kai, perhaps?
I mean, if this OG Broly player has a Rosie in hand, with the number of charismatics I've seen King Cold pitch, it could be all over next turn.
He's taking the hit because I think he feels he's safe. His opponent's got tapping in energy.
Let's see it.
Oh
my god, insane. Insane.
That might actually be big. Sadly, he has already plussed on his Unison, so he won't get to free play any fields that he searches. But you can tap 1 for the Berry Blues activate main to replay New Ruler and plus up 2 in hand.
I would imagine
you want to be if his opponent isn't playing it super smart, you could keep up 2 energy for Bupo. It looks like he's tapping 1 for Berry Blue to play a New Ruler from drop. Fair enough. Proc the leader. Draw a card. Searching top 3 here. What's he gonna take? There's the Dormant.
King Cold. Oh my god, he's taking the life. He just put himself down to 3 life off that New Ruler. Wow.
Must be feeling pretty confident. Remember as well that Dormant does mean he pitches another card if he's got 3 in hand.
Yeah.
He's got 4 in hand there.
He just wants to keep his hand healthy so that his opponent can't start off a turn with a bunch of discards and then.
Here it is. If he
turn
swings
off
with leader,
Dormant.
his opponent's pitching, so he's going to have to activate Dormant. He pitches one from leader swing, one from Dormant, one in hand.
But it does mean if OG Broly comes down with a double striker this turn, it's going to be pretty much
Dormant.
all over.
I wonder why he's
Yeah, why is he
tapped to
paying
play
it for
Dormant.
Dormant?
Yeah, good point.
I was gonna say that. What's that one? That Shroom or Salsa card where if they do it for free or
He
whatever?
didn't choose the Zamasu.
Uh oh.
That's-
Uh oh.
Oh, he's rattled. He's rattled.
And now the combos come down. The Ribrian goes to drop.
Down to 2 life. He's got 3 in
3
hand.
in hand, I think.
There's
4
the
maybe.
rib.
I think it's 4.
No, it's
2
3.
for the rib. Here's the hand maths. What's he gonna do?
It's another charismatic gone. I think that's all 4 charismatics now.
Ooh.
Okay, the 4-drop Broly.
He pops the field.
Don't know what this does. Won't lie to you.
Broly, you can you can tap 1 to evolve. Sorry, to evolve onto it. With a
Oh,
mono
is it the
crystal.
7-drop?
You can go straight into the 7-drop. Or the 6-drop.
Or the
Double
6
striker.
drop,
Pitch
double
2 from hand.
strike.
That's game. That's
That
game.
is game. Shouldn't have pitched off those charismatics
Yeah.
earlier.
No. That's not great. He could have survived that if he'd KO'd. Oh no, wait, because his King Cold was in rest, wasn't it? The other one. Nope, that's
That's
game.
game.
But yeah, if
Ow.
he'd kept the
Game
charismatics in hand, he would have been able to stop this.
Yeah, or if he'd kept homicidal clones.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy. Or if he just stayed at 4 life.
Yeah,
That's
I
true
think
too.
when he saw the
I think
Dormant, he
taking
got
the
a little.
life
Yeah.
was a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Charges them all in turn. Okay, so he's warping off the 5-drop and then drawing 2 cards. Tapping 1 and playing. I like this. I really, really like True Fighting Spirit. I think they were wise to give it unique. But I also just think it's a really powerful 1-drop.
Though I
Not-
believe the optimal sort of turn 1, turn 2 playline for the Trunks deck is going to be to warp one of the 2-drops that plays itself from warp and then warps top 3 to set yourself up for that early awaken.
Yes.
Because now his awaken could definitely be stifled off.
So he's swinging in. I believe he's swinging in here with a 15k, which I believe Felipe has taken. Now he's tapped 1 to play the 1-drop Son Goku, the one with Bond 3. We can get 21,000 power. A nice little weenie to get out early on. So there is the block and negate going into energies, warping off the 2-drop. There it is. So we can play it from warp for 1 energy, and it's almost like a burst 3, isn't it?
You know, I would have loved to have seen Strength of Legends in this Vegito deck.
I was just thinking that. I'm trying to think what you would maybe cut to get some yellow in there. To be fair, you don't like to see a super combo go in. What do you cut here to put yellow in?
I don't know, to be honest. I mean, you can put in some yellow one-drop cantrips instead of some of the blue ones, or...
I think that's maybe why they've stayed away from printing yellow Goku 1-drops. I can't think of any off the top of my head. Apart
But
from
yeah,
go on.
this play line from the Trunks is pretty much exactly what he wants to see, except maybe a bit late, because I think you normally want the Unison down turn 2.
You do. You really do.
Yeah, but at least he gets to awaken now, which is very nice to keep his hand healthy.
He untaps 1, draws 1. He's at 7, which is nice. And given that I think the game plan of the Vegito player is just to go up to the 7-drops and then maybe swing in with his SCR. Having high life is obviously really, really helpful because the Vegito can only awaken at 4 or less. It does mean that he can afford to sit back a little bit now he's awakened.
Yeah,
Do
definitely.
those Gohans, the Gohans do have blockers, so he's got lots of defensive tools. I know they're only 10Ks, but either way. You actually...
And we know he has a petrification in hand from his hesitant charging earlier.
Oh, man. I will give it to him, though. He's got a pretty big hand. No worries. If he'd played this against OG Broly, he'd have been pretty fine. So
And you know
Vegeta
what they say
coming down.
about Dragon Ball players with big hands?
Yeah, they often overextend
Small
the
decks.
combo and then loot. Oh. Want to see a third game, so hopefully Felipe takes. I do, but I'm also a bit hesitant about.
The deck choices.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. The Dark Broly list is quite clunky and janky, which I'm quite happy about. But Trunks Jeter is, come on, be a bit more creative. It's a cookie cutter Trunks Jeter as well. Like, come on, man, you're better than that.
I do like the Dark Broly. I'm a big fan of that deck.
I'm not a fan of Dark Broly as a deck. I think it should never. I genuinely think it should never have been made. It's horrendous. But its current iteration is like it's perfectly fine. I'm not against it.
Yeah.
So here we've got
We might see an Awaken this turn from Vegito.
Oh,
yeah.
There
But we've
we
also
go.
got fusion targets.
There it is. I like that setup. That was very clever. He draws 2 cards. So we can't actually tap 2 to play the.
Oh, he's gonna swing with the barrier, dude. Okay.
Yeah, he must have Senzu Bean in hand,
Yeah.
which I have. Yeah, he's running 4 Senzu Bean. I also need a time stall. What do you? Alistair, I'm sure you'll be ready either way. Don't worry about it. I can just tell more jokes about milling if you want to stall for time.
Someone crack out the mill deck. Come on. It's a mill Trunks Jeter now.
Oh, Ollie, have you met Martin?
I believe so. Yeah.
He's we've got a friend who's he's a very, very off meta deck builder. He built a Android 21 deck that was primarily focused around
that deck.
5-drop Android 17 blue green in the starter deck, and you can use it to bounce into the Zamasu and cycle them through. It's really, really cool. And he's added the baby unison into the build, and has now added in the 4-drop Sin Shenron Xeno that mills. He's turned it into like a super stolly mill deck.
I love that card can just be splashed in anything.
It's beautiful.
I think I did catch a glimpse of a thwarting entering Trunks' hand for turn there. So, if my eyes don't deceive me, he has seen the one of.
He's checking his drop hit. He doesn't have one in drop. He hasn't. I don't believe he's warped off a 1-drop Goku. I may be wrong.
We might see it off of this swing here.
He's digging here. He's digging for it.
But if he does see the one of, we all know that he can just keep recycling it with that Overrealm Goku.
Yeah.
And with Rebello.
Oh, I'm not being funny. If he brings down Rebellu, that will. Well, to be fair, I wonder if maybe he wants to get Man on a Mission or Demon God Demigra out, and then he can use those to gain a bit more advantage. Because the absolute dream combo is Demigra and thwarting, right?
Yeah, I mean, here, if he can warp a Goku, then he can Union Fuse to put exactly 5 into his drop by bringing out the thwarting, and then tap 2 for the Demigra Overwhelm.
Yeah, exactly. And again, he's got some pretty strong cards on board already. Having one each of the Goku and Vegeta kind of locks your opponent down. So the Demigra goes. Interesting.
Maybe we're not going to see the dream combo with Rebello. Although, now it's in Warp, it is a target for...
Yeah, I mean, what's Rebellu? Is it Dark Overrealm 8? Yeah, for 2 energy. At 2. Are we going for one? Playing a Kai. Okay, this must be set up for next turn, because there's no way he'd there's got to be better plays. If he's warped off a Demigra, he has to have a stronger play in hand than for next turn than the Kai.
Yeah, I can imagine next turn is going to be pretty explosive, but this Kai does just set him up for his draw engine for pretty much the rest of the game.
Yeah, so he upticks, gets to burst to warp up to 3. Looks like he's opted for 0. Do you? I don't think you swing with you. Don't swing with
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like
aggressive
staying
time.
Staying at high life
Aggressive.
is so valuable for that deck, but he wants to go in. I guess it will... I think it will turn on half of his super combos.
Oh.
Hyper
So
Rush?
he's walked off the 7-drop, and he's tapping 2 now.
Hyper
Oh,
Rush?
of course, because it's activate battle. Oh my god, that's brilliant.
Hyper Rush.
Hyper Rush is massive. Absolutely massive.
First SPR ever pulled. Beautiful fucking card.
You guys gonna make me read this card now?
I'll read it for you, Oliver. Don't worry. I know you struggle to read.
He wasn't born yet. This is set 2. This is that old.
So when you play it, Ollie, you choose one of your opponent's battle cards and 1 card in the hand. Place them in the drop area. Then you draw 2 cards, and then you choose up to 2 cards in your life and add them to your hand.
Oh, it's very nice here. Oh my god.
And it's 25k triple strike.
Yep.
So he's awakening here, drawing 2 more.
And he hit the thwarting. The thwarting's
That's a
gone.
huge snipe. That is a huge snipe.
That's a very good snipe. Now he's relying on that 6-drop Goku coming down to get it back.
Broken snipe. Hey, sometimes you win the dice roll, and sometimes you don't draw Baby Hatch, and then you cry. But it's fine. You just have to move with the times.
Now, if Trunks does have the overarm Goku here, could be pretty big. Because I think he's on either 5 or 6 in drop.
He's on 4, I believe, because he had 3 prior to the... Oh, no, wait, because he pitched the Vegito as well. He'd be on 5. He's on exactly 5.
Looks like he's just going for the Spirit Boost 1 to... I think it warps a battle card.
Yeah, it does. You have to send 2 black battle cards from warp to drop, and then you KO warp an opponent's battle card, which is actually...
That's
really
very
good.
massive. That's going to set up his overarm Goku if he has it as well. And then he's got a 15k and a 30k swing going to leader.
Yep. He also gets another draw too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, looks like not swinging with Unison, no overarm either.
Oh, sorry. No, we're talking absolutely rubbish. He doesn't get to switch his card to active mode. It's when he attacks a Unison card, so it must be... Wait, what? I'm really confused.
What are you confused about?
He doesn't get to switch to... Was he already in active mode, his leader? Or did he switch?
No, he'd swung with it. He'd swung with it.
Just then, for the first time.
I can't remember.
Because he... How did he switch that to active mode?
I don't think he switched his leader to active mode. I think he was just reading the card.
Oh, right. So I'm... Right, okay. Basically, I just need to pay more attention. That's fine. Need more caffeine. Need more caffeine.
Right. But yeah, it will switch to active mode when the Unison is attacked.
Yeah.
Or just when it's attacked. I can't remember.
It's when your opponent attacks a Unison card. Right, so we've got another Goku Vegeta coming down. He's super comboing on the leader swing to bottom deck 1, draw 2, get a bit more cycle. I imagine he's looking for another copy of that 5-drop Vegito, which will again allow him to go right back up to the 7-drop potentially. His opponent's taking the hit.
He does look like he has a lot of cards in hand, although that very easily could be the sleeves.
We're talking Trunks or Vegito?
Vegito.
Vegito does have a lot of cards in hand. I think he's drawn 7 cards.
Oh my god, yeah.
That's Vegito for you.
This is very true.
That Hyper Rush, you can get to a point where you deck yourself out because you have to draw 2. I think it's not yeah. It's not you may draw 2. It's you will draw 2 and you will pin yourself out.
Interesting that he swung here and he's not chosen to activate Senzu Bean to untap the energy. Maybe tells me he doesn't have one.
Or he's saving it for an activate battle during opponent's turn.
Yeah, but I think his opponent's on 4 life. Surely you try and force through as much damage as you can. Next turn, remembering that he does run Unbridled Power. I don't know if Felipe knows this. So I'd imagine that Christian's endgame is to swing with a triple striker, put his opponent to 1, and then just slam down the SCR for game.
Yeah, I mean, that SCR is just so good.
I still can't believe that they just locked it to red rather than, you know,
oh, yeah.
Or Vegeta.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Demigra.
Ooh,
That's nice. That's nice. So Demigra's going to come down. I'm going to warp off nothing.
We're not going to see a Rebelli this turn then.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. Just gets drop.
Sad to see.
And I'm not being funny, but I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference to his hand if his opponent he has to warp one.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. This could be it. She's played a black battle card. Wait. How's he? Oh, he's just +1. Sorry. My brain's not engaging at the minute. Bringing in both players with very, very big hands. I think that Vegito deck might be double sleeved, you know.
Yeah. I think it might be.
Thick. There's the
Here
bean.
comes the bean. Is he gonna do the thing he did last turn?
Maybe.
Whatever that was. I don't know what this deck's doing, to be honest.
He's thinking about it. Essentially, he can tap 2 as an activate battle. The 5-drop that he's got in play lets him play a 7-drop from his deck or hand.
I think it was deck because I saw him shuffling his deck. Yeah.
And then he's got a +4. Choose a Vegito with an energy cost of 10 or less and play it on top of this card. I don't know why you do that when you've got the activate main / battle, but well, unless you're playing the SCR. Right, so he takes the hit. Trunks doesn't have any triple strikers, so I don't think there's anything to worry about in that regard. There's not really. I mean, the Trunks build is very mid-range anyway, given that the 5-drops a dual attacker 19k, 20k. Lots of them, the weenies, he's given a little bit more extension. But yeah, so he's got 2
bean was massive here, stopping any 15k swings going through.
Yeah, I'm totally in agreement here. I wonder if the Trunks player is now regretting going down to 4 life.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. Because, like you said, triple strike plus burn off of the secret rare.
He needs 2 more energy to be able to get the SCR down, but that's just a double. I say just a double bean. Just draw.
Yeah, just draw all 4 beans.
I mean, he has drawn most of his deck to be fair.
Yeah, there's Hyper
Here
Rush.
comes the Hyper Rush.
So his opponent has to. He chooses a battle card in KO and places it in the drop area. Pitches a card from hand. I think he chooses a card in his
He
opponent's
does
hand.
choose the card, yeah.
It's a good old snipe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going number 3. You got to hit number 3 there.
Yeah, middle
So what you do is
easily.
you look that he's got 10 cards in hand, choose 1, and then ask him how many cards he's got in his hand.
Okay.
Maybe number 3 wasn't the call.
Massive. So if he has 2 beans, this could be game. Swinging at face.
Tap 2 for support, maybe?
That's your pan.
Or take for life.
Okay, yeah, sure.
No good.
Leaving the blocker up's nice. Does buy him an extra turn.
Elemental Hero Shadow Mist entering the field.
I mean, it's not got too much power. It's got less power than True Fighting Spirit, so I don't know how much that's going to do for him.
Yeah, but when it dies, you get to add Poly to your hand.
Average
Can you
Yu-Gi-Oh
speak
players.
English?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Right, you've played it. You can't switch it to defense mode the turn that it's played. That's not how it... No, you can't do that. You can't. You have to wait a turn. Oh my god, the Yu-Gi-Oh players, man.
Mask change, not Poly. Oh, my bad. It's been a few years since I've played any...
Take my head.
Yeah.
There's the
There's the double bean.
Uh-oh.
God, he had it.
Oh
He
my god.
actually had it.
Does. Please tap 4. Do it.
Oh, man on a mission.
Ooh,
Because he can swing through with the double strike and then tap 4.
Yeah.
Another support.
Fucking one.
Oh, no. And then the Oh, no, the Vegito... The secret rare won't have all of its keywords because he's overwhelmed. He won't have the sparking.
True, but he can. I mean, it's not like it's
Still a burn 1, of course.
It's a burn 1.
40k.
Ooh, do you hold off? No, he's tapped 1. He's tapped 1 for something. I can't see what it is.
It was that Vegito.
An anniversary box Vegito?
The Vegito and his energy, which I think he's only allowed to play Vegitos for the turn.
Yeah.
Right.
Using that card.
That's correct.
Yeah. Right. Okay. He's playing those, negates the skills. His opponent's decided whether or not he wants to respond, I think.
What could he be responding with here?
Super coming on, the 2 coming in.
Yeah,
That's true. That's very true.
wealth coming down. That's fine. Got skills
My
negated.
god, that Vegito's deck is small.
Hey,
Yep.
it's not about the size of your deck. It's what you do with it.
Of course, of course.
So there's the third copy of Resolve combined. Is he going into repeated force here? Maybe.
I mean, he could go for another Hyper Rush, right?
Mm-hmm. So I believe that.
That would be funny.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you can swing and then evolve, can't you? And then it.
Yep.
But he doesn't need to because he can send off the token.
Yep.
So he's going to go in the third copy. Oh my god.
Oh my
This
god,
is beautiful.
massive.
Oh, I'm absolutely in love with this. Goodbye, blocker.
He's gonna hit out the support, the last support of the Dark Empire, surely.
Oh.
This guy's snipes have been amazing also.
No, they if he
Thwarting
pulled
and
this-
petrification. Pan?
Pan's not the worst hit.
Yeah.
Can't use Pan anymore, so
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't try to use it earlier.
Please tell me he's got the third copy.
Please, I want to see us go to game 3.
He's got to know that he's dead. Like if he takes this hit, he's got to know that he's dead. His opponent has a hand bigger than the Old Testament.
Oh
He
my
doesn't
god.
have it.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my
Oh
god.
no.
So 35,
Oh,
so 25,
no.
35, 45.
Now he's comboing with more cards than in both players' decks combined. This has to be
45,
it.
65, 75, 85, 95. That's a 100k combo, triple strike. Sorry, no, 100 and... I think that's 120.
I think it might be a little bit more.
35, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100k.
And this is the fourth super combo coming out of the Trunks player because we warped one earlier, burnt through the other two.
Don't worry,
So
we've got 75 more k to go. 70 more k. 65.
yeah, that's gonna be
Oh,
it.
that is grim. That is.
I
Damn.
have to
what a
give
play from them.
massive respect to that Vegeta player.
I love
Vegito.
that. Yep, there's the SCR. There's the SCR.
Yeah.
Beautiful play.
Wow,
absolutely-
wow.
Loved that. Really big fan of that.
So, unfortunately, didn't get to see the Dark Broly deck go off, but so what were you seeing in that first game in your hand to charge a super combo on turn 2? We were like, oh my god, his hand must be horrible.
I had double Cells Kamehameha, Rib, an extra Demigra Unison if it somehow got off field, and I had one of these, and I was like, I don't have my Searcher in my hand, so I wanted to keep this in hand.
Oh geez, so
So
it worked out. It worked out.
yeah, I didn't see any negates that whole game. I was scared. Didn't see a single homicidal. Didn't see a single dormant. I was like, hey, if I lose, I lose. It happened.
No,
I mean, the amount that the King Cold players' hand size dwindled in that game. Like there was a time where he showed his hand and it was 3 cards, and we were like, "What the hell? Where did that go?"
Yeah. Yeah, you absolutely masterclassed your way through that, mate. Well done.
Yeah, I do the same thing when I play this against Green Cell a lot. I just do what Green Cell does faster to them.
Yeah.
So, and then my leader gets around their 8-drop skill because they got to keep sacking cards under to play to keep it on field. So I'll play the 4-drop Broly when they don't have 2 under it, so I can pop it and they can't save it to go on top of 6.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice.
but yeah, when we were calling the double bean, and then you popped it out, so you had the SCR in hand, eh?
Yeah, I did.
So
I was like, just take the man on a mission. I just want to burn for game.
Yeah, we were all very hyped for that.
Yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. I'm a huge fan of the Vegito build. I might have to look into that myself, but no, it's nice to see somebody bring a relatively old leader back in and take scouts.
Yeah, I was out of town all week, so I didn't have any of my other decks really built, and I was like, I don't want to play Red Broly for Fight Night anyways, so I wanted to play something I had built.
We literally had a conversation earlier about that.
Yeah. No, I play Red Broly for regionals and stuff if I don't play anything else at the time.
Now, this is the place for fun. This is the place for spice. This is the place for you to bring Red Vegito, and just absolutely clap people. So, is there anybody that you want to shout out, or anything you want to say before we move on?
Shout out to my sponsor, The Adventure Begins, out here in 1488 in Conroe. And shout out to my friend, my teammates at Team Top Deck Gaming. You know, they were like trying to get me to play other stuff, and I was like, no, I'm playing this. And one of my teammates supported me. He's like, you know what? Play whatever you want. I'll watch either way.
Hey, and you took the 2-0. It happens less often than you think. It's usually 2-1, and it's always almost the time and everything like that. But I'm surprised these last two back-to-back 2-0s, and I'm just glad you got ended off with just hyper rush. How many cards did you have left in deck? Like 6? Like
I had 7.
7. See, I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it was close.
I'm playing a 51 card deck, and I was just counting it every time I was drawing. I was like, oh, I'm about to deck out.
Oh, but GG's, you won yourself a medal leader from TCG Metals. You did a great showing, and love to have you back in the future.
Thank you guys for having me out.
No problem. Have a good one, man.